I don't know why I've never done a nostalgic discussion of Further Tales of the Riverbank, because this to me is so emblematic of my childhood. I see this and instantly think of my younger days. I absolutely devoured this. I was a very big rodent fan growing up. I had a lot of hamsters. And one of the main characters of Further Tales of the Riverbank is a hamster. We have Hammy the hamster, we also have Roderick the rat, and GP the guinea pig. And I decided to watch a couple of episodes again. Some lovely people have uploaded some of the episodes to YouTube. Um, and it actually struck me for the first time, looking at it now as an adult, just how intricate some of the filming is. For example, I'll talk more about what it's about in a second, but for example, when one of the characters raises their voice, we see that the animal raising their head at the same time, and I can't even imagine how long it took them to film these animals to get the right shots, but it's really brilliant. The series aired originally, well, I don't know if it aired, it was out in 1992, certainly I had the VHS. I don't know if it was ever on television, I'm going to assume it was. It was out in 1992, the year I was born. I probably watched it maybe when I was about 4 years old for quite a few years. And there are 9 episodes. Each one's about 5 minutes in length. So we're looking at really not that many minutes. But when you think about how difficult it must have been to work with rodents, and how long and also how short the lifespan is of these animals, how intricate the filming is, it's fabulous. And each of these episodes details a different adventure that Hammy, Roderick, and GP go on. For example, with the picnic, they decide to have a picnic. We see them purchasing the items they need for the picnic, then going off and have the picnic. And of course, there are various obstacles along the way just to make it a little bit more intricate. And that in itself is interesting enough. It can teach young children about different things. For example, young children might not know what a picnic is. There's an episode about medicine. There's an episode about littering. So there are often the different opportunities for learning, and that's brilliant for young children. I loved it because I loved rodents, particularly hamsters. But as I said, watching it as an adult, it's just insanely stunning, and it's just incredibly done. For example, in the picnic, which is the one I've just finished watching, Hammy goes into the shop to buy the groceries, and we see him walking into the set and interacting with things perfectly in time with the narration, which I'll talk about in a moment. And there's this rat, or a gerbil, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but there's this rodent behind the tail of the shop with his paws perfectly perched on it, just looking out at Hammy. And I have a feeling they were filmed not at the same time, and I could be wrong, but having certain rodents interacting with each other doesn't always go well. But certainly it's beautifully done, and it's just absolutely stunning. And I'd love to know how long it took them to film a 5 minute episode, because, trying to get a hamster to do anything at the best of times. I had one very intelligent hamster. The rest of my hamsters did what they wanted when they wanted and never listened to me. And it's just watching it as an adult now, I have a newfound appreciation for it. I'd like to say no animals were harmed in the making of this. I'm going to assume that that is the case, because I know some people are not a big fan of animals as actors. But from what I can see, everything's above board and very sweet. It's narrated by Johnny Morris, who also does the voices for all of the animals. I don't know if I realised that it was only one voice when I was younger, but certainly listening to it as an adult, it's absolutely beautiful. If you watch this as a child and you haven't seen it in however many years, please go and check it out. Again, I think you'll be looking at it in a different way as an adult. I think it is very beautifully done. A real achievement, to be quite honest, and brought back a lot of very happy memories for me. Further Tales of the Riverbank will always have a special place in my heart.